So Taylor Allison Swift was born in West Reading, Pennsylvania.
I think it's Reading, but
I think it's Reading.
25 people are screaming right now.
Yep. On December 13th, 1989. So she's a Sagittarius. At the age of 11, she sang the national anthem at a Philadelphia 76ers basketball game.
Okay.
So she was already reaching for the stars. At age 12, she began playing the guitar and writing songs. The following year, her family sold their farm in Pennsylvania and moved to Hendersonville, Tennessee, so that Swift could find a record label near Nashville. Ever heard of it?
Yes.
In 2005, at age 15, Taylor Swift signed to record executive Scott Borchetta's label.
Yum.
You fucking love bruschetta, and so do I.
I really do, especially with burrata.
Yes, burrata bruschetta.
Bitch. Soda, bitch.
So Scott...
Do I like Taylor Swift now because she signed with bruschetta?
No, because bruschetta is kind of a dick.
Great.
We'll get to it. So bruschetta's label was called Big Machine. So that was her first record label. She signed a 13-year recording deal.
These deals are so wild. I mean, like, looking into the Kesha stuff, it's cuckoo bananas what they lock these people into.
We will get so far into it. You don't even know. Okay, so her 13-year recording deal produced 6 albums. So these albums were Taylor Swift, Fearless, Speak Now, Red, 1989, and Reputation. As part of the contract, Big Machine Records gained ownership of the masters for these albums in exchange for a cash advance.
Yep.
I mean, she's fucking 15.
Yeah. Didn't know how far she'd fly.
Didn't know how high she would fly. And also, like, who knows who was in charge of, like, signing these deals, like, reading the fine print, you know? It was probably her parents or, so, you know, also just she's so young. They probably offered her a big sum of money and they were just like, yes, let's do this. But yeah, a 13-year contract is a lot.
Yep.
Especially in retrospect. In 2018, Swift left Big Machine and signed with Republic Records and Universal Music Group. In 2019, her former label was sold to Ithaca Holdings, which was a company owned by a dude named Scooter Braun.
Oh, yeah.
And it was sold to him for $330 million. And Braun was already known for managing the careers of Justin Bieber, Ariana Grande, Demi Lovato, and Kanye West. We'll get back to Kanye West. So this meant that the sale also gave Scooter Braun the rights to all of the master recordings of Swift's old music. So everything she had already recorded with Big Machine. So if anyone wanted to license one of her old songs to play in a show or a movie or an advertisement or like whatever, they wouldn't go to Taylor Swift, but they would instead go to Scooter Braun, ask for his permission, and pay him the licensing fee. Yep. She had no control over
where her music was going.
Where her music, these 6 fucking records, was going. So this allegedly was not the agreed upon arrangement with Swift when she left Big Machine. Bruschetta claimed that they offered to let Taylor Swift buy her masters, but that she had declined. By then they were worth
a lot of fucking money too, so they probably were wanting a lot of money for them.
Well, they were like, well, before she left, we offered to let her buy these masters, but she said no. But she's saying, like, they offered at, like, a ridiculous, like, something super stupid. So, Taylor Swift denied this, and she was also pissed because she knew that Scooter Braun was a quote, or she is quoted as saying that Scooter Braun is a, quote, incessant manipulative bully. Essentially, my music legacy is about to lie in the hands of someone who tried to dismantle it. So again,
not a great feeling, I'm sure.
This was in 2018. So we're jumping around a little bit, but if you recall the Kanye West Taylor Swift drama, here's a little rundown. So after she said at the hands of someone who tried to dismantle it, she highlighted Braun's involvement in the creation of Kanye West's music video for his 2016 single called Famous, which she described as, quote, revenge porn music video, which strips her body naked. So the lyrics include, quote, I feel like me and Taylor might still have sex. Why? I made that bitch famous. And there's a photo on the drive of still of the video that shows Taylor Swift like a model, like a doll reproduction of her in bed next to Kanye West. And then on the other side of him is Kim Kardashian. So it was really objectifying, misogynist, gross that he put her into the music video, into the lyrics of his song.
Yeah, and there's like dispute over how much consent she gave on any of that. Like there's a phone call.
We'll get to it.
Yeah.
We're going to get to it. So I'm kind of working backwards here. The tension is traced back to the 2009 VMAs when Kanye interrupted Taylor's acceptance speech for Best Female Video for You Belong to Me. So
with me, but yes, as the non-Swiftie.
You belong to me.
It's You Belong With Me.
Whatever. Okay. That song. You belong
with me.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
You belong.
I don't love Taylor Swift, but I am on the autism spectrum, so I've got to remember this kind of shit.
Throughout this entire segment, I am just broadcasting my age. Both my memory, my attention to pop culture detail.
Honestly, this is part of the reason why getting high helps, because then you can just be like, whatever, I'm high, I can't remember stuff.
Well,
built-in excuse, right, Beans?
I will say this is not my first glass of Sauvignon Blanc tonight, so
good girl.
We're gotta lube
Such
up
a
for
mom.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
such a mom.
Such a mom.
The baby's safe. Don't at me. So here are some of the lyrics.
Where is the baby, by the way?
Corey's got her in the other room. Yeah,
okay,
she's totally fine. Lyrics. I'm saying this is the quote from Kanye West at the VMAs. He said, "Yo, Taylor, I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish, but Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time." Shortly after, a stunned Swift told reporters, quote, I know he's not wrong.
He's not wrong. That was
Swift
one time where he was not wrong.
Well, he got so much worse. I mean, we all know that he spiraled heavily.
Yep. We do.
Shortly after, a stunned Swift told reporters, quote, I was standing on stage and I was really excited because I just won an award. And then I was really excited because Kanye West was on stage. And then I wasn't excited anymore after that.
And then a chemistry occurred and I was no longer excited.
Poor Tay.
I mean,
Poor Tay
Beyonce had so much like grace and professionalism in that situation as well. And, you know, she did not have to share her spotlight when she won later in the evening and with Taylor Swift. Like, what happened had nothing to do with her. It was not her responsibility.
Nothing.
And it just really speaks to her character in a lot of ways that she would, extend that.
And I totally recognize that all of these awards are, there's a lot of
it's politics.
There's a lot of biases involved in them, but it's also extremely subjective. So for someone to jump up on stage and be like, "No, you're wrong," it's like,
right.
You're just being a spectacle, It was just so stupid. So Tay-Tay was not excited about that anymore after that. So she also claimed that in 2016, Scooter Braun influenced Kim Kardashian, who was then married to Kanye West, to orchestrate a, quote, illegally recorded snippet of Swift's phone call with Kanye West, and had two of Scooter Braun's clients collude to bully Taylor Swift online, referring to a FaceTime screenshot of Justin Bieber, Kanye West, and Scooter Braun posted to Bieber's Instagram after Kardashian released the snippet. So there was like a lot of back and forth. Honestly, it's so much like he said, she said bullshit. Like I went through the timeline and it was just like,
fight.
It was so fucking stupid. And I know that it was important to the people involved. But to me personally, could not give fewer shits about. And also, it was like a 7+ year.
The snake emojis. I can't, y'all. Like,
I just didn't care. But
I love your hobbies, and I don't have to share them with you.
Yes, love that for you.
Yep.
This was, 10, 13 years ago. I just don't care. I don't care. I don't care. And there's nothing to be gained by covering all of that. So I'm not.
No.
Okay, so after Big Machine was sold to Scooter Braun's company, Swift alleged that Big Machine, under the guidance of Scooter Braun, continued to be an asshole, releasing a 2008 live show in 2020 without her permission, and also blocking her from performing her own songs at the 2019 American Music Awards. In October of 2020, Braun sold the old masters to the Disney family's investment firm, which was called Shamrock Holdings, for $405 million.
Jesus Christ.
So this is $75 million more than what he bought Big Machine for. So he's just continuing to profit off of Taylor Swift's old masters, like big time.
So this shit makes me fucking hate money so much. Money is so fucking stupid. No one should have that much money. Nothing should be valued that highly.
No, but here's the worst part.
Absurd.
So he sold it for $405 million under the condition that he, Scooter Braun, continues to profit from said masters.
So he sold it and then also struck a royalties deal on top of the flat rate sale.
On top of the $75 million.
That's just good business, right, Scooter Braun? You really earned those billions, buddy.
He really earned it.
Yeah, these folks really pulled themselves up by their bootstraps.
So actually, great segue. Swift later described her earlier music, those older masters, as being, quote, beholden to men who had no part in creating it. Totally true.
Yeah.
So in August of 2019, Taylor Swift stated in an interview with CBS's Tracy Smith that she was going to re-record everything in the catalog that Scooter Braun owned. Which
Taylor's version.
6 entire albums, including Fearless, Red, Speak Now, and 1989, and the re-recordings of which were just noted as like Taylor's version. We all know this. By doing so, Swift would be able to prevent Scooter Braun and others from profiting from the masters that she believed she should have owned all along.
Outright, yeah.
This tactical move was said to be inspired by Kelly Clarkson, who tweeted in 2019, quote, at Taylor Swift 13, just a thought, you should go in and re-record all the songs that you don't own the masters on exactly how you did them, but this is a tweet and there's like so many letter U's. I don't know. This is distracting.
It's like makes it hard for you to read.
It does.
You're such a boomer. You need full words.
Exactly how
we
you
cannot
did
abbrev.
Abrev. But put brand new art and some kind of incentive so that fans will no longer buy the old versions. I'd buy all of the new versions just to prove a point. So again, like I said, this is what Prince did in the 1990s with a big, famously huge dispute with Warner Brothers.
Yep.
In an interview with E! News in 2023, Kelly Clarkson revealed that Taylor Swift sends her gifts whenever she releases one of her re-recorded albums, like as a thank you.
Yeah.
So this entire thing prompted a discourse on artists' rights, intellectual property, private equity, and ethics within the music industry. And I would argue because Prince did this previously, it's sort of like a new discourse in like the social media age and specifically the music streaming age.
Yeah, and generationally, I mean, Not that Prince's music absolutely is multi-generational and withstands the test of time, but I don't think that we would be aggrieved to say that if you stop like a Gen Z or a millennial on the street and ask both of them, like, do you know who Taylor Swift is and do you know who Prince is, that there might be some of those Gen Zers who simply don't know who Prince is.
Well, yeah, and I think that the whole concept of music streaming, because it's so easily accessible to everyone around the world, and just streaming is its own brand new can of worms.
It's changed like the record company game forever.
So I think
you have to buy the CDs that had to be distributed by specific companies.
The tactic is the same, but the playing field is completely different.
So different, for sure.
But I do just want to point out that Prince did it first. And maybe someone else did it before Prince, but Taylor Swift was not the first one to do this. Okay, so publications described her response as influential, encouraging new artists to negotiate for greater ownership of their music. For example, iHeartRadio, the largest radio network in the U.S., proclaimed that it will replace the older versions in its airplay with these Taylor's version re-recorded tracks. So,
I mean, that's big support from a big corporation.
Huge.
So that's gonna make waves.
When Swift moved to Republic Records in 2018, she ensured that they did not pull the same move as Big Machine by negotiating to own the master rights to all of the music she created moving forward. So I will never be in this situation ever again.
Ever again, yeah.
So when she re-recorded all of her old songbooks with Republic Records, she maintained ownership of that copyright to all of the Taylor's version recordings. This also allowed licensors to work with her and her team directly. So just by that alone, she's like an empire-building queen.
Yeah, that's pretty badass.
It's way badass. Since then, Taylor Swift has taken the music industry by storm. In the past year, Swift has released Midnights, the Till Dawn edition. Okay, again, I don't know anything about Taylor Swift. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and it confuses me as a boomer that when a new Taylor Swift album is forced down my throat by Apple Music, that I get like 50 different albums of different versions, but I don't know what song. Just like play the Karma song, and then I'm done. The album's over for
editions. I know.
That song has a line about a cat in it, so that's
Karma
the one I like.
is a frog sitting on a log.
Oh,
something like that.
Oh.
Also, the Speak
Taylor's
Now
version.
Taylor's version. 1989 Taylor's version.
The Frogbox version.
Frogbox version.
Well, I sure hope you liked that clip. If you did like that clip, make sure you are subscribing to our YouTube channel, leaving us a nice review, and joining us on Patreon for even more video content, audio content, salacious content all around. Come join us. Treat yourself.